After almost a year away, it feels good to be home. Greeted by these splendid Irish autumn days, the freshness of light September air, scented meadowsweet, fresh hay, quaint country roads and rolling hills. How I did miss this beautiful country. Since returning, there's been a bit of work putting manners back on the garden. It surely was interesting to see how it had fared in the absence of human intervention. It was magnificent to see our trees we planted in 2020 are now starting to become, well, trees, rather than twigs. But of course, the thistles, nettles, and creeping buttercups had stolen the show. I've been doing a lot of foraging since I came back. I've had very little vegetables to show for myself. Got some nice apples off the trees. I've been finding rocket that had gone to seed from last year. There's parsley, mustard, a few bits of lettuce here and there, some dill, fennel, a few nice little bits. So I've been able to compile salads just from what went to seed last year. So it's nice to be able to forage in your garden. I began by pulling out the strimmer and got to work, in an attempt to mainly stop things from going to seed and making problems worse. But after a while, I decided to bring in the heavies. Got these big piles of wood chip here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 there. And more here. So what I'm doing is spreading it out and putting a deep mulch down to try and suppress a lot of these weeds. This should hopefully keep the weeds down, and this part of the garden is going to become a new food forest. This area, which had been market garden beds for annual vegetables, will now become more of a place for perennial plants and trees. So a woody ground cover will be ideal for fostering their growth and creating a food forest, which will be more capable of looking after itself without my intervening, or less so at least. In the polytunnel, the mustard I had planted as ground cover had taken over completely and produced lots more seed. So I decided to flatten it down and let it reseed itself, providing a nice winter ground cover and some handy salad greens, along with some rocket, which should do us for the winter. Also going in here for the winter is kale, overwintering cauliflower, romanesco, rapini, spring onions, radish, beetroot, dill and coriander. I had this net running down along here, but I took it up. The grass was growing up all around it, so I took it up, and the donkeys have been doing a great job eating all the long grass underneath. So good clean-up job, great workers. Well done to you. Yeah, having to go with the Jerusalem artichokes there now. I've also let the chickens in. There's not much damage that they can do at the moment. I've no young plants to worry about. So they've just been in, having a great time in all this wood chip. Finding insects and doing a nice clean up job. This black plastic has been down here since last year. I left it down so that when I come back I'd have a nice open space to be able to grow vegetables in. So I have this full block, 100 square meters to put new beds into and pretty much be able to start growing vegetables straight away. And my little tree nursery here, a willow, I think about 8 walnuts, some motherwort that went to seed and I potted up to give to people, some wormwood, and a birch, silver birch. This micro food forest is chives, it's a yostaberry from a cutting, artichokes, these are shallots that I'm letting go to seed. Plenty of borage that's always full of bees. Parsley, it's in flower. There's rhubarb in the back there. There's a little apple tree. Those big allium flowers are from leeks. They have plenty of bees on them as well. There's a bit of Cavalonero kale in the back there that's been well eaten by caterpillars. Calendula. Got mustard here. It's just come from seed last year. Bergamot. It's beautiful. Love these flowers. Little bee there, working his magic. There's a raspberry at the back there. Thyme down here. Got motherwort in flower. Raspberry. Lots of wild strawberries as a ground cover. Some savory. And lupins in flower. Lupin's gone to seed. And the Jerusalem artichoke jungle. This elder came up all by itself. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I might move it somewhere else or maybe leave it there. It's not doing too much harm there. This is Chinese yam down here. Nice tuberous vegetable. So hollyhocks. And of course the cardoons, which are making my pond look kind of small. These are giants. While working on the main garden, I've also began a new project elsewhere. It's the reason I returned to Ireland sooner than I expected. A job opportunity I couldn't pass up on that will complement and support our other projects. It's an 1.5 acre site in North Kilkenny, where I, along with some other fine folks, will be creating a native tree nursery from scratch. This means collecting local provenance seeds from nearby ancient woodlands and propagating them to young saplings in an attempt to support reforestation efforts in the southeast of Ireland. It's a big task ahead of us, and who knows where it will take us. But I'll be recording the journey here as it unfolds, and I hope you'll join me. As always, thanks for watching, and see you next time.